Good to see you. Today I'm going to talk to you about keeping solvents out of your studio and some of the decisions that I've made, and maybe that'll help you too. So come on, let's go. So guys, this is kind of my setup that I use for oil painting and staying solvent free as much as possible. Odorless mineral spirits are a fantastic way to go for cleaning your brushes and those kind of things, but there's solvents associated with it. Gamblin has this Gamsol, is a wonderful product, and it of course thins down your oil paints and helps you clean up your brushes. But I like using synthetic brushes, and I began to notice that using my synthetic brushes, that on the very ends I would get some fraying, and this is because these are synthetic and I'm putting them into a solvent, and I get some little flags developing besides just the roughness of the brush, but I get some flagging on them. And I really didn't care for that. I want to make my brushes to last as long as possible. So I went out looking. And there was another thing, and that was when I used Gamsol, even though it's an odorless mineral spirit, there are still some solvents in the air, and I use ventilation and those kind of things. But I kept the lid on as much as possible in my brush cleaner. So I started to do a little bit of research, and I looked at the Gamblin line of solvent-free fluid, or solvent-free. In this case, it's a solvent-free gel, and I really like it. The things that drove me to it, of course, the smell, and then it saves my brushes and I clean up. But let me talk to you a little bit about my process. And manufacturers, when they make their oil paint, a lot of them use linseed oil. A lot of whites are made with safflower oil because it's so clear. And this is safflower oil. And when you use your oil paints, the solvent-free fluid is great for thinning them. Preserve your fat over lean principle. So early on in your painting, if you do drawing or you do washes, you can use Gamsol to still thin it out. Or you maybe want to do your under painting or your under drawing with an acrylic, and so you don't have any issues there. You can paint oil paints right over the top of it. So I've squeezed out some solvent-free gel, which is right here, and I squeezed out a little bit of cadmium orange. Right here I have my safflower oil, and here I have some liquid solvent-free fluid instead of the gel. So I'll just show you real quick. I'll dip a little bit of this, just a little bit. It doesn't take very much, and you'll see how it kind of thins out. Does a nice job of laying down that the paint. Very nice. So I'll wipe it off with a paper towel. Now I'm gonna grab a little bit of this solvent-free gel. You see it's a much higher viscosity. It gives you a little bit of, that's quite a bit actually. But it allows the paint, it really stands up more, gives you more brush stroke. That'll actually, you see how it kind of sticks up there. Really nice, nice texture that the gel allows you. So, and then when I go to clean this, I'll wipe off my excess with my paper towel first. I'll dip it into my safflower oil. I won't move it around doing that. Then I come back, and once again, I go back to clean it out. If you need to go back again, that's not a problem. Just go back, dip it into your safflower oil, and once again, back into your paper towel. And then I'm ready to, you see a little bit left in there. If you're worried about that, you can go back at it again. But it does a fantastic job. You don't get any of the smells, solvent smells. Really helps you on your keeping your brush, I think, makes it last longer. So been really impressed with the solvent-free way of running my studio. So hopefully that's helpful to you. Now, of course, if you have a brush, some people dedicate a white brush that they use for light or whites, or a brush they use for black so they don't cross-contaminate. You could certainly do that as well. And then when you clean out your brush for the last time, then you go, and I just use regular dish soap, and I will clean them out in the sink with dish soap, and it gets rid of that oil. Safflower oil, you can buy it, but you know, people, if you ever wonder about, well, how is that really safe? Well, so here's just a jar of the safflower oil I use. It's 100% pure safflower oil, and this is made to cook your food in, so it certainly it's not toxic to you. And then I clean up with a regular dishwashing liquid. The one thing you need to be wary of is you know, you'll get oil on your rags, of course, or your paper towels. And what I use, it's an oil can. It's made for putting your waste rags in, and that way, if they ever catch fire or something, there's a possibility of spontaneous combustion when oil-soaked rags get closed up together. It could start generating heat and could start a fire. Never had a problem with that. I just throw my rags that I've cleaned off. I put them in here, and then every week or so I'll take them, put them in a bag, and take them to the recycle center. Well, thanks for watching. Hopefully that was real helpful to you. If you have any questions, put them in the comments section. I'll be happy to take a stab at them. Hey, all the things that I've used here today, whether it be the safflower oil, the little cups, the solvent rag dispenser, hey, all those are great things, and I'll have the links in the description for you if you'd like to go take a look at those. So great to have you here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.